Hi, I'm Kathy, and welcome back to my channel, What Kathy Thinks. I'm here with my friend Brandy Miller. Take it away, Brandy.
Hi, Kathy. Thank you for having me back on your channel. I'm so excited to be here. Hi, everybody.
Hi. We're so happy, and I hope all of you are too. Happiness is a good thing. It's a really good thing.
It's a good thing.
It caught up. It just snuck up on me by accident, some years ago, and I wasn't always a happy person. In fact, I really kind of specialized in unhappy for many, many years. I got my undergrad, and then I got my postgraduate, and then I got my I did my doctoral dissertation, Brandy, in unhappiness.
Oh yeah, I got mine from Hard Knocks University.
I won't state mine because I didn't actually finish all the classes, and I don't want to embarrass the institution.
Oh no, Hard Knocks University has a reputation for being one of the toughest universities you can go to. It takes no crap off of anybody.
Right. So we were talking, and Brandy, it's interesting that I do believe, although I did have to be taught this, that when you think your life is falling apart, that's really when your life is probably coming together. And that I know that I called someone one time and I said, my life is falling apart. And they said, oh, good. And I said, didn't you hear me? My life is falling apart. And they said, that's wonderful. That means that all the pieces that you don't need are going away. And I said, but I need those pieces, because the person I was talking to knew what pieces we were talking about. I was talking about the boyfriend. I was talking about the job. I was talking about the car, everything, housing, everything, all those pieces that I thought were so important. And the person I was talking to said, no, I'm serious. Once those pieces are gone, your life is going to fit together a whole lot better than it's been fitting together. And it was true. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Without the boyfriend, without the job, without the hassles, my life got better. A whole lot better. So much better that, like, I had to go back and say, wow, you were right, and I hated that more than anything.
Yeah, I hear you. I hate admitting when somebody else is right, too. Especially when I've been so wrong about something.
Right. And there's something cleansing about it. And I had this premonition that something very dramatic was going to happen in my life. The morning of the El Paso massacre, before the massacre, I had a premonition. And I spoke with you that day. I called you that day and told you about it. And I had a premonition that something would change my life, that it would have the suddenness and the violence of impact of a gunshot, and that it would be the end of everything good and everything bad, that it would change everything. And then on October 15th, I fell where I live in front of the garage, and I broke my ankle. And it was a terrible break, as I understand it. That's what the doctors assured me. It was a terrible break, and I can tell you from my viewpoint, it was a terrible break. And it's been 4 weeks and 2 days, but I know that it was the event that was foreshadowed, and I know that it was the end of everything good, and I'll explain that in a minute, and everything bad. I had been fighting cigarettes for years. I had been fighting an addiction to cigarettes for years. More than anything, I wanted to quit cigarettes. I dreamt about them at night. It was a torment to me. I had signs all around my house. I I believed, I knew that I was killing myself with cigarettes, and I could not stop smoking. And as soon as I looked at my ankle, I knew I had stopped smoking. I knew. I knew. I looked at my ankle and I thought, this is one thing that you're not going to be able to fix by yourself.
Yeah.
You can't do this.
Yeah.
You know, there's professionals.
It's really tough when you get to that point where you recognize that you cannot do something.
Right.
That you have to surrender to something greater than yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. I wasn't going to be fixing that one. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the, and you're right about the destruction. I tell people this, and I mean it. Destruction must always come before construction can begin. You have to let go of what was in your life so you can clear room for what will be.
Correct.
And the harder you work to hold on to what was, the longer the construction process takes. We're often like this guy who's bought this plot of land, right, and he's living on the shack on that plot of land, and somebody comes along and wants to build a mansion, the mansion that he asked for, I might add, on that land.
Uh-huh.
He's like, but I don't want to leave this shack, it's all I've got. And they're like, dude, you got to get out of the shack so I can build what you want. And so every time they start construction, every time they start to dismantle what he's got, he runs back in and tries to save it. It's going to take a lot longer and be a lot more painful that way.
We're never going to get this driveway in.
Exactly. So you have to let go of what was in order for the new thing to be created in your life.
You have
and then there's this period where the construction is going on. And you worked in construction, right, Kathy?
Oh, gosh. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And
oh, yes.
You know how messy it is, right? Materials everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Sawdust, steel, everything.
You name it. You name it.
Messy.
Whatever material you have there, you have overages and you have debris. It's going to be there.
And lots of noise. Right?
Yes.
And dirt and dust and...
Yes. And a lot of machismo. Don't forget the machismo.
That's the period that happens when construction begins. You've got all this mess in your life, and everything's chaotic, and you can sort of see the outline of your future starting to take shape, but you can't quite get there. Right. And that makes it super frustrating because it feels like you never will. It feels like the construction is going to just take forever. And you just want it to be done. But you can't rush it. Not if you want the building to be stable. And the structure to be sound.
True.
And then you get to the point where it's moving day. Hooray! You walk the building, you do the tour, you sign the papers, you get the keys, you can move in. But is the work done? No.
Not usually.
No.
Not usually.
Interior decorating stage.
Right? Well, that's if you've got the money. You have to have the money for that.
You're always going to have work going on in your life. There will always be something you need to do. You will either be building something new or expanding or maintaining. There will always be work in your life.
You know, that reminds me, I think when one of either my roommate's parents or one of my parents was dying and I was looking up, just reading about a good death, which I've done a lot of reading about in the last 3 years. And I found an article that indicated that a good death leaves many things undone. When a person has lived a full life, they're not done. There's still things on the to-do list. There's still weeding in the garden, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. The full and finished life is always full of unfinished things because it's a work in progress, even if it's filled on, even if it looks like it's complete on this side of the table, if it's a healthy life, there's still a to-do list, and or a punch list, as they would say in construction. There's still a punch list. There's still items that need to be taken care of. Yeah, that's a good analogy. That's a good analogy. I'll take that one. It goes along with when your life is falling apart, it's actually falling together. It's a similar analogy. I'll take it. I'll take it. We can go along with that. Yeah, I approve. I'm gonna we've got like 4.5 minutes. Do you have a story of where your life was falling together and actually falling apart?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to hear it.
I was 27 years old, and I thought my life was just coming unglued. My marriage seemed to be falling apart. My kid was falling apart. He was threatening suicide. He was not even 8 years old. And my job was miserable, and nothing seemed right in my life. And I fought so hard to try and fix everything on my own. I thought if I could just fix this, I'll be fine.
Right.
And it wasn't until I surrendered it that it started to get fixed. I did not have the power to fix it. Not by myself. I had made a mess much bigger than I was capable of fixing.
Right. But you still think that if you can just get this one small iota of it done yourself, then magically the whole situation will be rectified.
Right. Well, right. I find that I tend to have this thing where I think, well, if this person would just ... And usually the person that I would point fingers at was my husband. Well, if you would just do this, then our life would come together, and we would be fine, and I wouldn't have to fight so hard.
And you wouldn't have to call me a bee. Right, because I wouldn't be one, because you would be perfect. I would have defined your perfection, and you would have fallen in line.
Exactly. You would have been mind control like everything else in my life, right?
Right. Right, of course.
And I look back at that and I'm like, oh, bless your heart, honey.
Thanks for staying.
27-year-old self, I would have so much to say to her.
But once you were able to surrender that.
Once I was able to surrender that this was a problem bigger than myself, then I could get out of my own way and allow other people to help me. I could admit that I needed help. I could admit that I didn't have all the answers. I could admit that there were some problems that were so big that it couldn't be fixed by human hand.
Isn't it funny that that's the part that you'd think that the letting people into your heart, your home, whatever comes after that stage, you would think that what comes after the surrendering is the hard part, but it's not. It's the surrendering that's the hard part. It's the saying, okay, I give up the fight. He's never going to change, and you know what? Yes, I probably do need to talk to someone about my child, and yes, I could use some help on Thursdays with that. Yes, and that becomes easy. That it is the surrendering that is the hard part. And that after that, it's like, what was I fighting for? What in the world was I fighting for?
Well, I know what I was fighting for.
You've got 88 seconds.
To protect myself.
Okay. How you want to close this, Brandy?
Well, if you guys are struggling with anything, letting go of something in your life, with something that's...
You've got to wrap it up.
You just gotta let it go.
Let people help you. Let people
in. It gets less painful after this.
You guys, like and subscribe. We'll be back because we like talking. We really like talking. Bye. Like and subscribe. Bye, Brandy.
Bye.